Hi there, welcome to another Minecraft 1.14 tutorial. My name is ShadowC and today I'm providing you with the block by block tutorial as requested by RaceWorks of the amazing Wither Skull farm right here in the Nether. This is probably the best Wither Skull farm that you're gonna get in 1.14 version of Minecraft. This is only possible because the dogs have been fixed. Now they can kill mobs and get the looting for you as you would as if you were killing them as a player. This didn't happen before, so this sort of mechanics, wasn't possible because the Wither skeletons wouldn't drop their skulls if they were killed by a dog before. But now this has been fixed, and RaceWorks, together with some other members in the ProtoTech server, of which I'm also a proud member, have come up with this amazing design. I wasn't part of this, but he has kindly asked me if I could provide a block-by-block tutorial to you on how to build this, and this is exactly what we're gonna do right now. I also would like to point out that Logical Geek Boy has a similar concept design because this is actually quite straightforward, something to come up with. So everything that is relevant to what I'm going to talk about here, including Ray's original video, is going to be linked in the description. So go and take a read at the entire description, check out all of those videos. There are some people that have come up with similar farm designs that deserve to be seen right there. So, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you are new here, if you're coming from, search box or whatever. Know that I do streams sometimes on the weekend of the ProtoTech server and my 1.14 single player survival. So you can subscribe to my channel right there, follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter if you wanna have news about what I'm doing and when I am doing and the videos that I'm releasing and when I'm streaming. Alright, so without further ado, let's, continue with the farm. So in order to get a really good Wither skeleton farm, you need to find a stronghold that is mainly set up on lava. You see that right here, there's a huge lava lake, and in the middle of the lake, or in the position that is most close to the center of the lake, there's this farm, which is, I think the main platform is 19 by 19 blocks. So we're gonna get into that soon. What you're gonna find is a intersection between two of these corridors right here. So this one will be also a good spot, but not as good as that one because that is closer to where everything is lava. And then you set up your farm right here where you can AFK. Mobs are going to spawn in this area right here with the netherrack. You can have here zombie pigmen, you can have wither skeletons, you can have magma blocks, not magma blocks, the magma cream stuff. And all of those are going to be handled either by the wither row system and then by the rail card collection system right here, which is going to give you some drops into this chest. Or they're going to get away from the dogs right here and attracted to this iron golem and eventually this turtle egg right here if they are pigmen, and they're gonna fall through this long chamber right here, one hit by the doggies that are sitting right here. And let me go into spectator, and the items are going to be collected down here where you're going to get a lot of drops, swords mainly, and in this side more swords. And right here we're starting to see, some of the drops that can come from the farm. And here 57 Wither skeleton skull. Now the rate of this farm is pretty big, but it depends mainly on several conditions, as I'm going to note right now. So the first condition is that you slab the entirety of the stronghold 127 blocks away from where you're going to AFK. Now the farther up you AFK, the better this is going to be. Like for example, in the case of Ray, he marked this spot right here with glass on top of bedrock, and you can check in the description for ways that you can break bedrock in survival. But basically he's standing here, he looks down, the farm is exactly 127 blocks down, so that's as far up as you can go, which means that you only have to slab and cover a very relatively small part of the terrain in order for this farm to yield as many wither skeletons as possible. Now for the wither skeleton, for the guy that's interested only in the wither skeleton, you only need to take care of the stronghold area. But if you're also interested in other types of mobs, as you can see in far into the back right there, you see that there are areas of the normal terrain that are also either slapped out or some buttons have been laid in And you know, that is also to prevent zombie pigments and other types of mobs to spawn in all of the other areas of the nether. So that will yield the most efficiency out of this farm. But that is not really necessary, because since this farm is 100% automatic, you can just create this single platform right here, or this double platform rather, and you just wait the night. You just AFK during the night in a place that can be as high as you want. For example, if you don't want to break, if you don't feel like breaking bedrock, or you don't know how, you can just stand here and you have a decent chance of getting a relatively good drop out of the farm. You know, the next day you wake up and you're gonna find your stash of skulls. You know, that is going to be relative to how good a job you did in covering everything up. So if you wanna hear all the specifics and everything, like right to the exact data as to how this thing works, you can go ahead and watch RaceWorks video. But what I'm gonna do for now is just start with the farm and let you know exactly how to build it block by block. So the first thing you gotta do is to find an intersection right here, like so. You are gonna mark the center block of the intersection, presumably by doing that. And you're gonna clear out everything within a radius of about 21 blocks all around and down to lava. So I'm gonna do that and show you the end result. Right, so this is what it looked like after everything has been removed. I left a block here for the middle of the platform, and what I did to the sides is you can just go and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th block is going to be the edge of your platform. And I actually went a little bit over to, you know, a little bit more than this necessary to either side. It doesn't really hurt. It will give you a lot of, you know, nether bricks, you know, for your base. And right here, I actually only removed up to what is strictly necessary, which is 2 blocks. So by marking the platform right here, we can start working on the underneath of the farm, which is the thing that we're gonna do next, because that's going to define the height of the platforms that you're gonna make, and you know, presumably the rest of the farm. So I have this block marked here, and this block is going to be the very blocks where mobs are going to fall, which means that we're gonna build, for you know, some indication of a platform right here. We don't need to do too much right now. And this is going to be the place where, you know, stuff falls. So I'm gonna just grab some glass. Let's do the black stained glass because we are in the nether and we wanna be cool. So for now, this might change, but for now I'm just going to follow down with the fall chamber right up to down there. And it's really important that you notice that I've removed every single block down to lava. And if you leave, for example, right here, I added lava myself so that, you know, any blocks wouldn't show, so mobs couldn't spawn there. But for example, right here, I would need to slap everything out or just put buttons on the bottom blocks, you know, everything within a radius if you want all of the mobs to be spawning at the highest rate possible. I'm not gonna bother with that right now. I leave that up to you. You know how to do that. You just count 127 radius from the place where you're going to AFK. I'm gonna show where that place will be. And you can also use Logical Geek Boy's data pack, which I'm going to link in the description, so that you can actually see what that sphere looks like in your survival world. So I'm gonna finish with this. This ends right here. This is important because it's going to be the marker to where our docks will be and our hoppers and our, you know, basic storage system. I'm not gonna do a storage system right now. You know, you can go to some of my earlier tutorials for that, or, you know, just build a very nice chamber with a filter storage system, and, you know, as big as you like or as you need. All right, so we know where mobs fall, and so we know where our dogs are going to be standing. I'm going to remove this structure in a second, but for now I'm going to leave it like so. And so we know that we want our dogs are going to be in these 4 places like this, as indicated by where the glass reaches down, which means that our storage system is going to be below this level. Create an underground chamber right here with maybe another portal, and access your stuff down here. Now I'm just gonna do a very simple, you know, provisory stuff down here. Of course, you're gonna need a much bigger storage for your AFK sessions, but for now this should be, you know, enough. So let's put a chest and then a hopper right here, and then we need, so let's say I put a hopper right here. This is where one of the docks is going to be. I'm gonna put a hopper here and all of the hoppers not facing this one. So I'm shift clicking, you know, you need to make sure your hopper is facing the other hopper, otherwise you're not gonna get drops from that place over there. So these are the 4 places. Of course, don't do this, do something better, something with more chests and stuff, like, you know, go watch Ray's video. He sets up some really cool, you know, underground ghetto like storage system. Sorry about that. So right here you have all of the places where stuff are going to fall, and in these 4 hoppers is where your docks are going to be on minecart. So that's kind of tricky, but the next part involves bringing docks into the nether, reading them inside, and just putting them into the right positions. So I'm going to do a 5x5 surround here with nether bricks. So I'm gonna put another line of hoppers up here, and then some iron blocks or any blocks, can be, it's just a block, a decorative block, where we are going to enclose, you know, the place where the minecarts are going to be resting with the docks. There you go. And to top it off, we are going to slab this place out. We're gonna need more slabs, but for now this is going to be enough. And just remove this line of bricks because we don't need it, we don't need anything spawning right there. So our docks are going to be spawning here, and right here in the middle I'm gonna place a whatever block here, and then a soul sand block and a wither rose. Now it's really important that you use wither roses in this farm. You could use magma blocks, for example, but the problem with that is that some mobs are not affected by magma blocks right here in the nether, like I think pigmen don't. So they will slowly, you know, stack up into the platforms where stuff can spawn in your farm, and it's going to slowly, you know, but surely diminish the rate at which your farm can produce wither skulls. So eventually your farm is going to render nothing, which means that the, you know, whole purpose of fully automatic AFK farm is going to be defeated. So unfortunately, the only way you can, you know, make this farm work for every type of mob, I'm not going to show you, you know, how it works for the wither skeleton, which is the only mob that is not being affected by the wither rose, but everything else is going to get killed by the wither roses, so it's not going to affect the mob cap for the skeletons. So right now I have this setup here, and I need 4 minecarts with 4 docks, which is kind of like the difficult part of this farm. Now Ray shows a really cool way that you can use, you know, some tricks, redstone tricks, so that you can really quickly transport a dock from spawn chunks into whatever place in the nether, which probably could be really close to here. You can see his portal is right there. But I would just say that without being very technical, the easiest way to get a dock would be to put it in a minecart and just get it through another portal and have already a set of your nether tunnel systems where you can transport your dock to whatever destination you need, which would be as close to this place as possible. For now, I'm gonna show you, you know, a very crude example on how you can get your docks in place and then get them onto where you need in a quasi survival way. Let's say, you know, I'm flying here, but you can actually, you know, figure out how to do it without flying. I would say the lava would be like a really tricky thing to master. If you have a potion of fire resistance, that would be really helpful in these situations, but if you don't, just you need to be really careful, you know, not to fall there. You're probably gonna die a ton of times, but I hope not. So let's say I have a portal right here. I'm gonna go through it. All right, so here I am at the other side of the world, and so the reason why this spawn down here is because we are in an ocean biome. You know, it's likely that your portal is going to spawn in the overworld. If it doesn't, just go to a different place. Alright, so let's spawn a wolf right here and tame it. Okay, he's tame and he's sitting right here. So we can nudge the dog inside onto that curb rail over there. There you go. And I can just put a rail car and he's right there and going into the nether. Alright, so we have now our 2 dogs in our little chamber right here, and what we want to do now is breed them. So any type of raw meat we do, including rotten flesh. So I should get them out of the sitting position, I guess. Yeah, now they're breeding. We're gonna start getting dogs, and I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to where you have the number of dogs that you need for the 2 chambers and the 4 dogs down there. You might need more, so just, you know, keep a reservoir of your dogs right there in case you lose one, you know, tragically to lava. But effectively you need 4 plus 6, which means 10 dogs for, no, yeah, 10 dogs for the entire contraption. Alright, so I have 9 dogs right here. You should make sure that you have a reservoir where you can keep breeding dogs in case you lose them. And I have placed 4 rails right here in 4 of the hoppers, and what we need to do is a tedious job right now where you set up an elevator. Yeah, let's do it that way because it's gonna be the easiest way to do it. So basically, you know, you go all the way up and meet upstairs where you have your dog collection. Alright, so I have a railway that goes all the way down right here and it meets the platform over here at this place. So what I'm gonna do is push a dog to the corner of the rail. He doesn't want to go there. Seems like he knows his fate. We put a minecart, we get them in the minecart. It's gonna go down. This is the safest way to do that, so that you ensure that your dog won't die. And he just went right past it. Interesting. Alright, to prevent that, what we're gonna do, so the dog right now is in a bad state. So we're gonna remove this block right here and push him to the side where it needs to be. Perfect. Let's replace the block. There you go. And the one right here. So what you want to do to avoid what you just saw is you can put a block, full height block right there, and replace this one with another rail, you know, going straight, and then start your elevator from there. So for example, we're going to reuse this one because we built all of that, which is useful, and maybe I reroute it from here. So let me just connect these ones. I think that's gonna be fine, right? Yeah, so at this point I can just bring another dog and show you how it correctly parks in its place. It's okay, you can make mistakes. If you do make mistakes, just make sure you know how to adapt to them. So let me these guys just don't want to get pushed around. Come on. Well, if this happens, of course, extend your platform. Don't throw your dogs into lava. He looks like he's walking by his own accord, even though he's in the sit position. Anyways, let's put the cart, grab him. Doesn't want to go in. There you go. And then he goes down. We're gonna follow him down in his nice way, and he just stopped right there because we have a full block right now. Yeah, he is in the car, so I'm gonna just... Oh, he's not in the sit position for some reason. Maybe this guy is not in the car. If you see that your dog is in that position, you're going to have to repeat the whole thing. With this one, it's okay because he's sitting. I can just remove the rail right here. Very carefully go. You see, you need to be careful. So yeah, there's a rail right here. I'm going to ignore lava. You're gonna have to remove the lava around here. You need to just remove the rail right there. So the dog is sitting right on top of the hopper. Alright, so once you have your 4 wolves happily seated in their minecarts, Right here, I just put the soul sand again and just completed placing the decorative blocks around them. This is useful because this will make sure that all of the cars are correctly in place. Now I slap the outermost of them, and I'm going to start working a little bit on rebuilding the falling chamber that goes up. So I'm gonna grab my glass again. And this is the actual 4 pillars where glass will be. I'm gonna do 2 of them at a time. And then I'm gonna use iron bars, 2 sets of iron bars on top of each of the 4 dogs. And then the rest of the pillar up is going to be comprised of walls. So I'm gonna do, in this case, I'm gonna use nether brick walls, but you can use any sort of walls that you want. And of course you can use any sort of block for the falling chamber, as you can see here. So from the first wall, you're gonna count up 20 blocks. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There you go. So you're gonna pillar up the rest of them. There you go. And in this case, we'll complete. I remove the pillars on the front and the back of the falling chamber, and I'm going to complete with glass all the way to the top. On the next to last block, you're gonna place a trapdoor right there and open it. And on the block directly above, try to find some lava. I don't know where you might find it. Just, find some lava. It's gonna cost you some time, but just put a block of lava right here. What this is gonna do is reset the fall distance of every mob that comes down here, so that no matter what platform, what height they are falling from, once they pass through this block of lava, they're going to fall essentially 20 or 21 blocks down. I need to do the math. And then fall right here. They're gonna be 1 hit kill, so the dogs are gonna be able to kill them, and the drops are gonna drop inside of the hoppers. The loot it's gonna drop inside of the hoppers, and you're gonna be able to collect stuff from within your storage system down there. All right, now to the fun part. You wanna clear your platform, so we're going to replace these 3 blocks right here. Put some building block of any kind. And this one is going to be our bottom platform that is going to be used for our rail system, collection system. We have our markers right here. We can come down so that we know exactly where to go. Right there. And, just complete a 19 by 19 platform over here. Notice that I've removed this block right here. I initially put 3 blocks here, then I removed this because this is how the rail system is gonna wrap around. It's not gonna be here. I'm gonna leave some blocks on the corners, and I'm gonna show you right after I finish, so that you can do exactly the same thing and have the rail system working as best as possible in 1.14.4. It's kind of glitchy, but things can be worked out. Alright, so this is our platform all completed. Notice that our original marker that we've lost because we got to do the doggy thing was actually right here, which means it's on top of the lava. So that I have to extend the platform 1 block over so that they wrap around the walls right here. So don't forget that this is a 19 by 19 platform. It's not 19 by 18. So we have these 2 blocks right here. Everything is square, and then 1 block added to the back right corner, depending on your position. But essentially you're going to start with your rail right here, your rail system, and it's going to end right over here to the other side. So now what I'm going to do is proceed to add some rails right here. You can power it from below with levers, or if you want to be a little bit better looking, I don't know if that's better looking, but it's just a different way of doing it. I can just remove the middle row over here and add some redstone blocks. There you go. And so all of your rails are going to be duly powered. If I do that, is that gonna power all of them? Yes, there will. So there you go. So you reach the end right here, you wrap around, and yeah, you got the rails going there. You might have issues right here with the orientation of the farm, so you're better off probably with your farm facing the other way. But you can just fix this by doing that. Yeah, your last block. You can, yeah, you know, you can overcome those issues, but they are extremely tricky. So you might be, it might be much easier for you to do it in the other direction, as the farm done over there. But I'm going to complete this rail line and get back to you once I'm done. So that's the rail system all completed. It starts right here and it wraps around the entire surface, and it ends right here. We add a power block right here, or we can just put another lever, another power rail, a regular rail. Here we're gonna do a hopper with a power rail on top of it, and double chest. You can do whatever storage solution you might want to do. But notice that there is a block right here that did not get wrapped up by the rail system, so we just remove this, and that's our rail surface all completed. In order to offload the contents of the car into that hopper, we're gonna do a block here, a comparator. That comparator is going to power a block. I'm gonna put a torch here, a block here, and a block here, and a piece of redstone. So that's gonna power this rail right here, which is going to bounce the car back. But if the car has something in it, it's going to stay here until it offloads everything into the hopper. And you can test that just to make sure that everything works correctly. So you're gonna grab a minecart with hopper, and we can drop it right here, and it's gonna make its rounds around the surface. So that needs to, you know, just be there essentially forever. And if we add something to it, I just put raw meat into it. I'm gonna wait until it reaches here, and you're gonna see that it's going to stop for a second to offload the items into the chest. And there it comes, and when it reaches here, that's going to unpower, offload, and then go back again, and you can see our raw beef is safely stored in our chest. Now, alternatively, you can just make the item drop all the way down and, you know, join the storage that you have underground. That would be a better solution. And for the block right here, make sure that you put either a slab or a button on top so that you prevent stuff from spawning. That's gonna make your farm better, but that's essentially it for the rail system. Now we can start working on the actual spawning platform itself. So to set some boundaries for us, I'm gonna go ahead and make this taller. So I'm gonna put 4 walls here, and 3 walls here in each side. We have the first one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So our platform is going to start right here, and it's going to wrap these walls up and also come onto the side of the falling chamber. So that's going to be the shape of our 19 by 19, spawning platform, which is going to be like fairly easy to do. You just need to fill it up with wither roses and put docks in place. I'm just gonna show you how to do that as soon as I finish with the platform itself. Alright, so this is what the spawning chamber looks like with all of the wither roses in place. Make sure you don't miss any of them, since they spawn in random places within a block. It's very easy to just miss some spots, so be very thorough about it. Just leave no block without a rose. That's really important. Now after that, I am going to place a block here, which is going to prevent some interference with the rails down below, and a slab on top so that nothing spawns up there. I'm gonna start with some block placement. I'm gonna place 1, 2, 3. Sorry, this is better with glass. So 3 glass blocks right here. We want to see what's going on. 1, 2, 3 over here to this place. And now we're gonna remove this marker right here and all of this platform, which is now getting in the way. So make sure when you build this farm, your dock platform is better over to the back of the farm. I just did it here. I don't know why I did it here. Actually, it was a mistake, because you need about like 4 or 5 blocks to the back of the farm where you're gonna put your iron golem and the turtle egg for all of these different mechanics to work. So yeah, your doggy platform is better off maybe up here or even higher in the scenery so that you can get the dogs down into their places right away. So first thing, I'm gonna remove the marker right here, put a glass block right here in the middle, and then I think 3 blocks to the side and in right here, 1, 2, 3. So let's count 1, 2, and 3, and then this one, which I forgot to place the wither rows right there. Those are going to be the places where you're gonna put the 3 remaining dogs that we need for the first platform. So in order to place the dogs here, I'm gonna do a partial demonstration. So you got the soul sand right here, and on top of that you need to place a trapdoor right at that place. So your character is not going to be able to push beyond the hitbox of that trapdoor right there. So I'm gonna do a railway right here that is gonna go right into here, and we're gonna stop it from going pretty much anywhere else than this block right there. So let me just spawn a little dog and tame it. So spawn it here, tame it, and then I'm gonna push it not off but into, oh my god, into the rail right there. There you go, don't fall off. There you go. Put the cart, and hopefully he'll want to hop in. Come on, cooperate. There you go. So it goes in and right into that block. Yeah, right now he's not gonna go any further, but we can remove all of that. He just fell onto the soul sand block, and then we can just nudge him ever so slightly in place. There you go. And presumably you want to try from all, sides so that he's very center right there, but I think that's about right for a dog. And with the dogs all in place, their function is to lure some of the mobs over to this side of the farm. We're gonna work on the final device, at least of this bottom platform. It's all the same, but I'm gonna show you anyways how to build up. So I'm gonna put a trapdoor here, another trapdoor here, and another here. I'm choosing the acacia because it's more transparent, so that now we're gonna remove these top 2 blocks that I just placed, and I'm gonna do right here a 3x3 platform, and then put 2 blocks right here at the bottom. So here's where our iron golem is going to be standing. Right now it's a good time to maybe place the turtle egg right here. This I don't think is strictly needed, but it's going to attract pigmen much faster, and they're going to believe that they can just jump on top of the egg since they try to destroy them. And now we need snow layers to place our iron golem right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Needs to be 7 layers. And I'm going to use my walls. 1, 2, 3. 2 layers of walls either side. There you go. And I'm gonna do a snow golem thingy right here. There you go. I just spawned one, and then you want to trap him as soon as you can. So presumably in survival you want to build a large enough platform so that you can maneuver comfortably, but that is essentially our iron golem. And now we can just start testing this bottom platform of the farm. So you find the middle point right here of this spawning platform, and you want to go as high as you want, presumably breaking bedrock even if you can, so that the bottom block right there where the mobs drop right there, right that soul sand block, or including the soul sand block, is 127 blocks below you at the most, because that's going to be a sphere where mobs can spawn. If you're higher up than the 127 blocks, the mobs are going to disappear before they can die, and you're not going to get any drops from there. But pretty much any hate will do. It will just not be as efficient. So you can just AFK somewhere and start testing if the farm works for you. In my case, I'm just going to spam some mobs and see if it works by itself. But before we test the farm, we need to come down here and correct a mistake. You might have seen a text during the video tutorial that I was making a mistake by placing that block right below the soul sand. That was my mistake, I apologize for that. We have a hopper right there, and what we need is just another hopper. I'm shift clicking right now, facing downwards, so any block that stays right there is going to just drop. We can close this now and just continue with our tutorial as normal. There you go. So another correction that we need to make to our farm is that these dogs down here need not be seated. If the dog is seated right here, he's not gonna kill the mob that falls down here. So you just click the dog so that he's standing. And as you can see right now, all of my 4 dogs are standing right here. So if I do the final mob test, and this is a good thing, you need to test your farm, you need to make sure you correct all of your mistakes so that you make sure it works. Now the wither is gonna try to go to the iron golem, he's gonna fall down and he's gonna get killed eventually by the dogs, and that works. So right now I'm gonna just spawn a pigman. He's gonna be attracted to the iron golem, he's gonna jump down and his fall is going to be reset, but then fall right here, and his items are being collected through that hopper that I just placed right there. Now if I do a skeleton spawner egg, his storage will just stand there and his drops are going to be collected by our minecart, so we want to test that as well. Man, that was a lot of mistakes made, but finally I can just hop down here. I think this is the way. Let me just come here, and as you can see we are having some drops that don't belong to the farm, and most of the drops are from the mobs. And another thing we need to check is that whether the minecart collected the drops or not, and as you can see there you have the arrow and the bone from the skeleton. So that's pretty much the mechanics of the farm. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes with this, just make sure you know how to correct them as I just show you right now. Some of the reasons why your farm might not be working, in fact that was just me being dumb and not doing things the right way, but hey, that's a really good way that you have to learn from your mistakes and how you can debug and correct the things that you make. But before finishing this video, I'm gonna just show you how to go on and get on with the second and last platform of the farms. That's gonna make it more valuable. Granted, you can just have a working farm with this long platform right here, but if you build both of them, 2 platforms, that's gonna make it yield more drops. So the easiest way to start with the next platform is to start by doing the next golem, iron golem platform right there. So I'm gonna put 2 blocks, 2 half slabs, and then another half slab right here. Remove this one, more half slabs, and then 3 on top, and then a 3x3 half slab ceiling for this iron golem right here. So from here we're gonna go 3 slabs like so. We're gonna remove the one at the bottom and replace the hole that we just made, and then from this height, this is where the next iron golem needs to spawn. So we're gonna do the 3x3 platform right here, and our glass columns can resume from this height. So 3 glass columns starting from the half slab right here. Now I don't know if it is a quirk by Race Design, or you can actually place, let's say, another glass block right here, but that's not what happens in the actual design. For now I'm just gonna place the glass as it is and complete the trapdoors like so. So let's just do it like that. So this one is the other way around, so we could work that out by adding a temporary block here and just do it like that, so all of them are facing the right way, and then complete with the trapdoors like so, and remove the 2 pieces of glass. In fact, this time I'm going to remove all of them like so. Once we finish that, we need to remove the 3rd trapdoor right here, so you get line of sight right there, and presumably this trapdoor right there, but that's probably not necessary. And now we're gonna add an iron trapdoor. We're gonna place it right at this place and just complete with the turtle egg, which again is not strictly necessary, but it makes work easier. This trapdoor is actually too high, so let's try again. Let's put the trapdoor in the bottom block right there and the turtle egg top, and I think that's gonna work, so that's much better. And now we can continue. Let's actually go all the way up with the walls right there. And remove the one in here. So that's pretty much the falling chamber mechanism, and now we are going to proceed to put another iron golem right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, it's 7 blocks, 7 snow layers. We put 2 rows of walls right here, and let's spawn our second iron golem. So we do the T right here, the pumpkin, and then let's close him in. There you go, perfect. And now we can just work on the second platform. Now I'm not gonna walk you through it. You just need to know that it goes from the block directly above the trapdoor right here. And I'm gonna show you once I finish with it. So this is the layout of the bottom part. It starts like here. We have the 2 blocks to one side, the block missing next to the wall right here. And most importantly, for the height, it just starts out of the trapdoor. So it touches the dog's trapdoor. This is the block where the rail starts. And now I'm going to complete all of this surface and get the rail in place. And also the second spawning platform with the wither roses, which would signal the end of our farm. And then of course we need to test everything and make sure it works flawlessly. Right, so that's the second platform all completed. It's exactly the same as the first one. Now the only thing we have left is to build some sort of enclosing chamber for this golem right here. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the other floor. So it's a 3x3 half slab ceiling. And that's just about it, and the rest is just testing, you know, if this farm actually works. So we can test a pigman. You know, he might or might not be attracted to the egg, but there he goes. He's just falling and falling down to its demise. That's awesome. The skeleton will just be, oh no, that's a dog. Oh my god, that's terrible. Well, you know, you can collect any kind of bob in there. Wow, that's terrible. Oh man, that's fun. We can do a wither. Skeleton gets attracted by the golem and then just falls, and then the dogs take care of it. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel for some more Minecraft. I have the 1.14 survival series right here in this channel as well, and I also stream mostly on the weekends from the ProtoTech server and that survival series that I just mentioned. So you can check all of the information right there. You can follow me on Twitter so that you know when I'm streaming. And I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, that's about it. So take care and see you next time.